Howdy y'all, welcome to Hug the Chefs. Alright, so today basically we're just going to talk about how to cook a filet and what to season it with and what to drink with it, because everybody knows that's one of the most important things when you're cooking, is drinking while you're cooking. That is not illegal yet. So, alright, just kind of give everybody a rundown. What we've got here is filet mignon. You know, you can buy this at your store. It's pretty basic as far as what you want to get. I've included a little bit of jungle weed, crying Jimmy, a little bit of these stinky Tic Tacs. Over here we got good wine, some sort of seasoning or something. And what we're going to do is show you basically how to season these, how to cook them, and how to make the best steak that you've ever had in your life. Alright everyone, I just kind of wanted to give everybody a heads up on some of the things that we use here. Now, you know, the way to season your steak, you can pretty much do it any way you want. However, some of these folks here at RL Schreiber and Battistini Farms, you'll see the link in the bottom of the screen. They have graciously sponsored us and let us use their products. The reason I chose them is because they're awesome. I will never put anything on the show that I don't think is phenomenal and will enhance your cooking experience tenfold. So what we used was we used Battistini's truffle oil here. You know, we're going to use this in the actual cooking of it. And now, you know, there's two different types of spice here. We've got Supreme steak seasoning and Calgary steak seasoning. Calgary is similar to like your Montreal seasoning, but it's so much better. They use actual whole spices. There's whole fennel in there and whole cumin, and it literally changed the way your meat and honestly, I mean, fish, anything, is going to be incredible with the use of these seasonings. So we're going to use these, we're going to season them with this, and I'm about to show you guys how to cook an amazing steak. Alright everybody, so here we are at the next stage of cooking. Steaks are seasoned. We've got our sliced stinky Tic Tacs, also known as garlic, and we've got our jungle weed here. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, jungle weed is rosemary, thyme, your base for everything. So, you know, you can use whatever butter you like, but I enjoy unsalted butter because you're salting in the entire process. And the more you add salted butter to things, it's just going to oversalt your dish. But the most important thing, drank. Pull up, drank. All right, pan is nice and hot. We're going to add a little olive oil. It's important to use butter with your olive oil. Butter with your olive oil will actually reduce the smoke point. Or actually increase the smoke point. Yeah, that's what I meant. Whatever. Shut up. I love cast iron pans. I recently picked this one up and it is amazing. All right, steaks in, boys and girls. We're going to cut the heat down a little bit. You know, it's going to smoke a little anytime you cook anything, anytime you have butter, anytime you have oil. We're actually going to continue to add butter because butter is the seasoning of God. We're going to add a little bit of the truffle oil here. Kind of give it that nice truffly flavor from our friends at Battistini Farms. Now, as everybody can see, you're really getting, you know, the important thing is to keep your heat high enough to get a nice sear. As you guys can see here, this is a beautiful sear on that. Now, it really depends on whatever kind of temperature you want your steak at. You know, personally, I like my steaks medium rare, but, you know, if you want them to get medium and or above, what you're going to do is sear them beautifully on one side, flip them over, and throw them into the oven for probably 4 or 5 minutes. You know, obviously it depends on the thickness of the steak to how long you're actually going to throw it in. But, you know, that will generally, with a steak this thick, give you that amount of time. Everybody can see, look at that beautiful sear right there. That's exactly what you're looking for. Perfect. This sear is actually from the book of text. That is where I learned it. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw in a little bit of our thyme. Now, it takes some time to cook this stuff. Rosemary, jungleweed, and your garlic. You don't want to throw these directly on the steak because what you're doing is you're seasoning the butter, and that's what's important. Your butter is what you're going to baste everything with. You can never have too much butter. I'm going to cut the heat down just a teensy bit. And flip our steaks. Look at that sear, boys. Beautiful. It's okay if your garlic overcooks. You're not looking for garlic to be on top of the sauce. What you're looking for is your steak to be flavored with it. Now, what I like to do is take this thing they call a spoon. You take this spoon. Now, if you're the little spoon or the big spoon, it doesn't really matter, as long as you have a spoon. And you're going to take your butter and you're going to pour it over the steak. Now, why this is super important is that you're not direct heating your steak. What you're doing is you're allowing indirect heat through the heat of the butter to marinate the steak. And this is what it's going to give it beautiful flavor. This is going to infuse the entire steak with your garlic and your rosemary and your thyme. And just a forewarning, this is messy and your stove is going to get coated in oil. What you don't want to do is get your oil into your wine, which I think I may have done. But oil and wine go together like oil and wine. Did you say lamb and tuna fish? Yeah, you're right. Lamb and tuna fish. Perfect. Last time I had lamb and tuna fish was when I was in the fjords of Svalbard. Beautiful. You know, your butter here is going to really brown, but it's okay because you're going to get beautiful caramelization. Look at these steaks. Look at that. Beautiful. So probably right now, just from feeling it, we're at about rare. Your best bet is to keep going a few more minutes. You don't want to cook your steak. If you're a medium well or well done steak kind of person, that's fine. However, you don't want to continue to do your cooking on this to get to mid-well. What you're going to do is you're going to pull it at about mid-rare. Yep, still rare. Butter delicious. Keep basting. Baste for life. I listen to a lot of bass music. They call me a bass head. All right. And we're done. Time to cut into this beautimous. Okay, so here we are with the finished product of the steak. I just kind of want to show everybody what we're working with here. As everybody can see, kind of like what I said, that's pretty perfect medium rare right there. There we go. Beautiful slices, beautiful steak. No, don't run away from me, Mr. Steak. Okay, you're gonna be complicated. Here we are. Beautiful steak. Beautiful steak, as everyone can see. All right, so that sums up basically, you know, how to cook a steak, the best way to cook it, basting it. Ah, it smells delicious. I cannot wait to eat this. Obviously, if you want to go a little bit longer on the temperature, what you're going to do is throw it in the oven, and that's going to cook it to a little bit more medium, mid-well. You know, just want to point out to everybody, what we used was Battistini Farms. It's www.b-farms.com. They make all the olive oils and some of the balsamics we use in later recipes and later shows that you see. And then we got RL Schreiber right here with the Calgary steak seasoning. You know, you can sub this out with Montreal, but I honestly think this is one of the best seasonings for steaks I've ever had. Also, while you cook,